Any progress on the third down front in practice?
I mean, we worked at it today. Yeah, we had some goods and some not so goods, but we got a lot of work done today, both sides of the ball, which was really cool. So I was happy about that. You know, it's not a third down day for us, but we integrated it in today so that we could get a little look at it. Yeah.
I know it's been 24 hours, but anything more on AJ?
Yeah, I mean, he's better today. Looked better today. He's certainly making progress. You know, it's hard to tell. You know, at what point these things usually accelerate at a certain point. It's just hard to tell when that's coming. But he's certainly getting better. You know, he's walking good, and so.
Would the thought be with the bye week that maybe?
I mean, I'm hopeful for Saturday. I mean, you know, to me, in my mind, you just keep your eye on the target, and you go from there. You know, and you know, we just keep planning and keep going, and you know, when we get them, we get them. So I don't really know what's realistic, you know, but you know, I'm hoping we get them out here tomorrow doing some things.
I think one, that's obviously, I think that's a good sign, but when you draw this up, and obviously you got the next man up mentality.
Yeah.
When you draw this up in the beginning of the season, like,
right,
that has to be like don't let this one happen, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was like last year, don't let the quarterback thing happen. You know, we finally got our groove. We had our groove going here, and this happened. But that's football, you know, and it's unfortunate. It's you know, it's not good luck, but the ball, you know, it bounces funny. So, you know, we're just battling to, you know, find our groove, so to speak. It's a new normal. That's what I was saying the other day at the press conference. It's a little bit of a new normal. Yeah, we can do the things we're doing, and it's all still good stuff, but we're a little different now. You know, you're talking about taking one of the more dominant players in the conference off the field, not just your team, off the conference, off the field. That's going to have an impact. To think it wouldn't is insane. And you know, you take any team in the country and take their best player off the field on offense and see what that does to them, especially if they're the quarterback or the running back, which is the epicenter of what you do. But you know what? We found our groove in the second half. We became pretty darn productive in that second half, and you know, so I feel confident that without AJ, we certainly can, you know, move the ball and have a lot of offense. It's just going to be a little different, and we just got to get a little bit more accustomed to that, you know.
They had a lot of turnover on their front seven on defense, and it looks like their pass rush is kind of non-existent. I mean, have you noticed that on film, or is...
Well, they got some young guys playing, and you know, they still look pretty athletic to me. I mean, honestly, I watched them play a bunch of games. I don't count the Georgia Tech game. It's a whole different style of offense, a whole different style of defense. A lot of people get get caught in a buzzsaw against Georgia Tech, and it goes downhill on you really quick when you do. But you know, I watched Florida State game, you know, I watched Alabama, I watched a bunch of games, and I think they're pretty athletic, and they got some really good players. They might have some inexperience at some positions. We've been there, been through that. But there's talent, a lot of talent there, and they're good coaches.
Is the Anthony we saw in the second half more kind of indicative of you just have a kind of bad start in the game?
Well, I mean, he certainly had a really good second half. I think in the first half, I mean, it's a combination. We gotta make a few better throws, and we gotta catch a few balls, right? And it makes all the difference in the world. You have, you know, 4 of those plays back, and you know, all of a sudden, you know, you've got how many new sets of downs now? So how many more plays do you have? And then, you know, it's compounding. So I just think that it just points out how critical, you know, on offense your marquee, you know, epicenter guys have to be if you want to be explosive. You know, who touches the ball in your offense the most? Well, for us, it's the quarterback and the tailback, right? And you know, that's got to be right on the money. If that's right on the money, we're hitting on all cylinders. If it's not, then we're a little out of whack. And so we gotta come out firing on all cylinders early and make those plays that are there to be made. They're not miraculous plays. They're just there to be made. We got to make them, and that means catch it when it's in your hands, and that means put it on the guy when he's wide open. You know. And that has to be the case. And I think as we evolve, you know, let me say this. We are also one of the most explosive teams in the conference right now. We have like over 30 explosives or some number like that. I mean, we're one of the most explosive offensive teams in the conference. So we've really evolved and come a long way. But what's bothering us right now is the consistency of the snap in, snap out. We finally got to a point where we can really explode. But without that consistency, You know, I mean, Ben rushed for over 100 and something yards. You know, so it's just not first down enough. And we got to get that ironed out. And that comes from, if you want to throw it more, then the consistency in the throw and catch has to be better. Otherwise, you get behind the stakes, and this is what happens. Right. And, you know, as we evolve to the more of that balance, then that's the piece that's still not where I think it should be from a consistency standpoint. When you consider in that game, at half and at the end, we were 50-50 run throw. Traditionally, we're probably more of a 75-25, 65-35 blend. You know, probably striving to be more 65-35, you know, or 60-40, but we were 50-50, and we weren't productive enough for that.
How's the environment at home been, and then what does that mean as far as the mentality guys take into making sure that you guys wrap up these games in this building, because, you know, road's tough as it is.
Yeah, road's tough. I mean, especially, you know, but I think, you know, our guys, obviously, you know, being home is a great thing, not having to travel, being in the plane and all the stuff that goes along with it. But I think this is a good week to be home and you know, go get our 5th win, get to 5-2, and then we have a bye week, and then we have a chance to rest a little bit. We're going into the 7th week of the season, and you know, I don't care where you are in the country right now, your football team's tired, and you're beat up a little bit. And here, the academic load starts to mount right now. And you put it all in a bag and shake it up, it's about time we got to a bye week. So let's get to that bye week and do the best we can to get there 5-2, because that'd be a good place to be. Good?
Yes, one last one. Just talk about Sam Schmal a little bit. He's kind of like the forgotten offensive lineman in that group.
I mean, he's
pretty solid at left guard.
Yeah, he's been playing, and he's been you know, rotating with John Phillips, and Sam's done a good job, and he's come a long way from a couple of years ago, you know, and he's one of those guys up front, about 7 of them right now, that we can roll through the game and feel good about them being in the game and play at a high level. And you need them all. I mean, that's the one spot I don't even want to say it and jinx ourselves. We've been relatively healthy, thank God, you know. But I mean, who knows? That thing can bite you fast, you know, and all of a sudden, you know, you got issues there. But we got 7 or 8 guys that we can roll through there, so we feel pretty good about that.